New mic, round two. First of all, I appreciate all the feedback from you guys yesterday, mostly negative feedback. I went back and listened to yesterday's video on YouTube. Absolutely brutal. I almost took it down. It sounded completely different when I listened to it on my phone once it was uploaded than it sounded on my laptop. It sounded different, like I said, once it was uploaded than it did when I was editing the video. I think I have the audio issues resolved. I hope so. I know many of you want me to go back to the old mic setup that I had. I wish I could. My old mic is completely dead, but just bear with me here. I will get this figured out. I spent a couple of hours last night testing the audio out. Hopefully it's resolved. Please let me know if it's not. I know you guys will. But enough of that bullshit. Let's get into Dwayne Wade. This topic was sent to me over the weekend by one of my longtime viewers. While I was getting my hair cut this morning, I was sitting there, I was trying to think of someone who's lost all credibility and respect once they retired from the NBA faster than Dwayne Wade. When he was playing in the NBA, Dwayne Wade was one of the most respected players in the league. And I'm talking about respect from casual NBA fans. He was never involved in controversy. Throughout his career, he was never overtly political. For a long time, Dwayne Wade was actually a good role model. He was a leader. He was an alpha male. Hell, he was the leader of the team in his second season on a team with Shaquille O'Neal as the star player. But something has happened to Dwayne Wade. More specifically, someone has happened to him. And that someone is his wife or his husband, Gabrielle Union. This dude went from being the ultimate example of masculinity to representing where you can expect to end up when you're a woke beta male. The woke media is on a mission to temper real masculinity. They call it toxic masculinity. Look at all that toxic masculinity oozing out of that man. It is so repulsive. I like men who wear bikinis and tight pants. I prefer men like Leah Thomas who use their propeller for long rounds of the butt bongo. I don't know any personal details about the relationship between Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a marriage counselor. I don't like commenting on people's relationships. But just from the outside looking in, this relationship is not sustainable because the gender roles are completely reversed. Gabrielle Union is the leader, the dude, and Dwayne Wade is playing the role of the woman to perfection. Women will say all kinds of things. Women will say they're attracted to sensitive men. They'll say they're attracted to emotional dudes. I think it's so sweet when my husband cries on my shoulder every night when we watch Real Housewives of Nova Scotia. He was so emotional the other night when Frank became Francine and started dating the Pink Panther. The media pushes this same notion. It's bullshit. It's a lie. It is pure propaganda. I don't give a fuck what the media claims. You can't change nature. Women are attracted to masculinity. Women are attracted to men who make them feel safe, both emotionally and physically. How emotionally safe can someone feel with Dwayne Wade? Just because he files head of household on his taxes does not mean he's the leader of this family. This fucking guy has a child making decisions. If the transgender child's not calling the shots, Gabrielle Union is taking the cucumber and playing the lead role. Instead of Dwayne Wade's values rubbing off on Gabrielle Union, her values and morals have rubbed off on him. He has completely changed. Just like his wife, Dwayne Wade's become a race baiter. The other day, he was the guest on JJ Redick's podcast. JJ Redick, Jesus, another formerly great dude who is well on his way to being corrupted working at the main campus of Woke U, ESPN. The topic of the big three in Miami came up on the podcast. D. Wade, Chris Bosh, and the queen of queefs, LeBron James. Dwayne Wade was trying to explain all the hate they received when they combined forces. Now, as you're about to see, his reasoning came straight out of the ass of his woke husband, Gabrielle Union. Just in case you guys don't know, Gabrielle Union, she's one of the lead professors at Woke U. She is the head of the Mythical Racism Department. She teaches graduate level courses in mythical racism. She actually wrote the curriculum for teaching CRT to elementary school children. Dwayne Wade, he didn't have to pay for his education in mythical racism. He received it for free at home. Listen to his explanation as to why the big three in Miami were universally hated. Roll the film.
At that time, it wasn't used to players having control. You know what I mean? Organizations made trades. That's what happened. It just wasn't something that was really the sexy thing to do. And at that moment, when we made a decision as players and kind of put the control in the player's hand and change the dynamics of what people were used to, you always going to get hate. And if you think about it, no one gives backlash to any championships that Larry Bird won, that Magic Johnson won, that Michael Jordan won. Michael Jordan played with other Hall of Famers. You know what I mean? Like, guys, you don't win championships without playing with other guys that are great, first of all. But it wasn't done in the way that LeBron did it and the way that we did it. It was done from organizations. The organizations made sure that Larry Bird had McHale, Robert Parrish, Dennis Johnson. You know what I mean? Like all these Hall of Famers. And it was, so it was different. We knew that some of the hate was because of our skin color, because of being Black men and deciding to control the fate of our careers, because organizations will do it quickly. They will trade a Dwayne Wade in a heartbeat if you're not accomplishing what they want you to accomplish. So when we had the power, when we had the moment, we took it. But some of the hate came because of we were three Black guys who decided, and we changed the way that the NBA probably would ever be, right? Because of that decision. So I agree with you, man, 100%.
First of all, before I destroy this racism notion, let me dispute the other point he made. There was nothing revolutionary about LeBron James and Chris Bosh joining Dwayne Wade in Miami. It's called free agency. It had just happened 3 years before in Boston when Ray Allen and Kevin Garnett joined Paul Pierce. Second, player empowerment is one of the worst things to happen to the NBA. It's worked out great for the players, but it is destroying the league. The Kevin Durant situation right now in Brooklyn, exactly what I'm talking about. He's 1 year into his fucking contract, and he's already demanding to be traded or demanding for Sean Marks and Steve Nash to be fired. Same thing happened in Houston with James Harden. Modern NBA players, they want these max contracts, they want these hundreds of millions of dollars, but they don't want the responsibility that comes along with it. As soon as times get tough or they're disgruntled, they want the fuck out. But let's get to the main point of all this. The mythical racism. We were hated because we were three powerful Black men. White people hate seeing brothers take control of their own destiny. 99% of the white population could not give a fuck less about three NBA players controlling their own destiny. Race had nothing to do with this. Matter of fact, I don't even remember Chris Bosh or Dwayne Wade being hated. People hated LeBron James, but KC, they hated LeBron because he's Black. No, they hated LeBron because of how he handled this situation. They hated LeBron because of the spectacle that he turned this decision into. Do you guys remember how Michael Jordan returned to the NBA in 1995? Do you remember that? Did he hold a press conference? Did he ask ESPN to give him an hour in prime time surrounded by a bunch of kids in a high school gym so he could inform the world of his decision? Did he purchase billboards? Did he tease the media during interviews? No, 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 and no. The most popular athlete on the planet, a dude who has been retired for 20 years and is still more popular than every player in the NBA today. When Michael Jordan returned to the Bulls, he sent out a simple press release containing 2 words. I'm back. That was it. That's all he needed to say. He didn't need to drag it out for an hour on ESPN, only to reveal his decision with a minute left in the broadcast. People hated LeBron James because he made this all about himself. And what is this backlash Dwayne Wade's talking about regarding the championships they won in Miami? Was there backlash in 2012? Sure. But 10 years later, who denigrates the titles they won? If anything, the Heat are celebrated. What you just heard from Dwayne Wade, this is an example of the victim mentality that's becoming more and more prevalent throughout society. Everyone wants to be a victim. Dwayne Wade constantly complains about the hate his son receives online. Talking about the boy who at 13 years old thinks he's a fucking girl and Dwayne Wade just plays into the bullshit. Sure, son, I don't mind buying you that dress. I don't mind using proper pronouns. Would you like me to use she, her pronouns or shit, fuck pronouns? Matter of fact, what about rake, shovel? If you're looking to attract woke men, I'd go with rake, shovel. Woke men love garden tools. Do you know what my dad would have done if at 13 years old I told him to use proper pronouns when addressing me? I wouldn't have to worry about proper pronouns. I wouldn't be able to speak. My ass would be hurting too bad. Dwayne Wade, he puts his son in the victim role because of the online criticism. But there's a simple solution to this problem. Keep your kid off social media. A child that young has no business being on social media in the first place. You know what social media does to a boy that young? It makes him think he's a fucking girl. These kids, they see Tran Dan on TikTok and they think it's normal. I have heard Gabrielle Union state in media interviews, we want to support our kids. We want our kids to be who they think they are. This is where Dwayne Wade, as the man, is supposed to step in and be the voice of reason. Women are naturally sensitive to their child's constantly changing needs. The dude is supposed to be the logical thinker. Instead, Dwayne Wade allows his wife and child to make all the decisions. Sure, honey, I'm okay with my son becoming my daughter. Now go grab the cucumber and show me how much you love me. What a fucked up dynamic. I feel bad for this kid, I really do. Numerous studies have shown, if I remember correctly, I believe the number is around 80 or 90%, 80 to 90% of transgender kids change their minds when they become adults. There is a reason parents are called guardians. I'm not talking about the fucking Cleveland Guardians either. I'm talking about actual guardians. There's a reason parents are legal guardians over their children. Kids don't have the mental capacity to make decisions for themselves. They don't have enough life experience. They don't have enough knowledge or wisdom. Parents are supposed to make the decisions for them in their best interest. Problem is, parents like Dwayne Wade, they would rather be their child's friend instead of their parent. What's the end result? A son who wants to be a role model for young men who want to be sitting down. But let me know what you think. Dwayne Wade claims that he, Chris Bosh, and the Queen of Queens, LeBron James, were hated because of their skin color. And can you think of anyone who's lost all respect and credibility once they retired from the NBA faster than Dwayne Wade? Let me know. Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys later.